The horses had been tied up outside the inn so that the barn could become a quiet, peaceful workplace for him. Sitting on the other side, the man he had interrogated since sunset breathed wet, shallow breaths, his face either oozing or bubbling with a spectrum of reds from a variety of cuts. Seeing his work done so well put a near toothless smile over the dark crevices of his face. He lit a small candle and set it in the copper basin. "Oi, did you know that there's a part of the pit they reserve for men who specifically target young women? Trust me, I got mates in low places. Places so low, your screams never reach the ceiling. Now, I gave you the chance this afternoon to come at me, but no, you kept going after Della. Nice girl, bit on the fence of the whole morality good-evil thing, but I've taken quite a spit shine to her. Bright girl, despite coming from a dark place. You'd expect nothing less from a fetching little fetchling like that. I know a couple of cities where she'd fetch quite a nice price, too, considering that dancing she does. Have I ever told you the story of the Itsy Bitsy spider? Don't lose consciousness when I'm talking to you. It's very rude indeed. You have to hand it to the spider. He's the real victim. He's got his place, goes on his little adventure, packs himself a nice lunch. The forces of nature flush him down, but he don't let that keep him down. He gets back up, picks himself up by his itty-bitty spider bootstraps, and he tries again. You're only down when you choose to stay down. The world flushes you down the drain like yesterday's gruel. The law flushes you. Debt collectors flush you. And then you get back up to spite them. Life don't offer you second chances like the one I gave you earlier. The one you didn't take. But you gotta keep a straight head, just like my old dad used to say. Actually, he never said that. I never met the son of a bitch. It's just an assumption me and my old ma share. I don't even think I have a dad. That feels a bit nice. You know, people like you, mate, you're the only people I get to be free and honest to. I like telling the truth, though. Yeah. Means you never have to remember what you say to nobody. You remember those friends I told you about? The ones in the low places. You tell them that Nestor Coyne sent you down. With 2 fingers, he pinched out the candle's light. He stared into the open, dead eyes of his capture and envied the blackness, the only place he felt comfortable in confiding the truth. You know better than to try to snake up and get the drop on me. He stood at the edge of the woods, a good 10 paces from the waist-high stone wall that outlined the tiny town's farm. Nestor's eyes caught his client's outline against a tree too thin to properly hide the traveler's cloak. Leaves and twigs were crunched as his client stood up straight, moonlight glinting from the flint from the dull silver of his capped tooth. Are you sure that he knew nothing? Nothing about the Bloodspewter tribe or where they're moving to? Nestor Coyne bit his bottom lip with his 3 visible teeth. The lieutenant sighed lightly and tossed him the bag of gold. It is amazing the power gold has to jog the old memory. Here's what he knew. They're moving north alongside the Red River, but they're moving slowly, taking their time. They're going around towns when they can help it, not even pillaging for supplies. They got fewer warriors than they'd like to have, so it seems that they're recruiting. If there's a particular half-orc among them, he'd blend in like a fetchling in Twilight. Why did you take so long with the man you captured? 'Cause he thought he knew something valuable. Had he been really full of shit, like I thought he was, I would have asked him after I tortured him. Gave me so much trouble I'm considering keeping his fingers. Maybe making a little necklace out of the finger bones. Don't do that. Only cowards relish in the easy kills. Anyway, I've got to keep moving. Thank you. Ain't you gonna ask me how the others are doing? The lieutenant stopped.
I know they're under better guidance and leadership without me. Baron's a good man.
You might want to invest in some elven-wear boots, mate. The bear sachets quieter than you do. He waited until he knew for certain that the half-orc was gone, or at least farther away than either of their bows could reach. He splashed some whiskey on his face and swished it around in his mouth to support his alibi that he'd need. And then, Nestor Coyne, by name and by trade, went back to the inn to rejoin the group with a clear conscience. Thanks for everything you do, guys.